Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all having a great weekend. Hope you're having a good Sunday, and welcome to this new video here on Ethereum. We're going to do a full update here on the technicals. I briefly wanted to take a look at the fundamentals as well. That's normally not something I do with Ethereum, but every week it's good to do, right? So usually what I do when I analyze Solana or whatever, Cardano, I take a look at the network statistics to see if there's actually some sort of a real fundamental push behind the price action, right? And that can be bullish, that can be bearish, but for Ethereum, look, Ethereum usually is just very, very stable, right? And I expect that the same to be true right now. If you take a look at daily transactions, daily active addresses right here, TVL, yeah, TVL has increased a bit, but that's obviously because of a lot of the TVL, a lot of the total value locked is in Ethereum, right? So obviously the TVL goes up when Ethereum goes up, and the DEX trading volumes are also stable, if not a little bit lower. So there's nothing here we need to talk about, unfortunately, because I would really love to see some fundamental strength for Ethereum as well. But no, at this point of time, you can just see we're still finding balance in that same area where we have found balance since last week, Wednesday, right? So at this point of time, and you should not take this that strictly, but the main value area is between 1770 and 1815, right? So that's where the most of the value is. Now we have already found balance in this area once before, as you can see, and then it was kind of similar, or at least a similar area. There it was more between like 1840 and then a little bit lower right here at 1760. So what that means is that, you know, even though like this is a pretty tight value area, and to get a breakout, which is obviously what we're looking for, Ethereum is going to break out most likely within the next 3 days, and then we do have to have accurate key levels, right? So just breaking out of the value area with those very tight levels I named before, I think that's not going to cut it, and the best levels to look at right now are those levels right here at 1760 and 1840, right? So this is the area that Ethereum is in right now, and we're looking for either a bullish breakout to get back into this value area right here around 1900, where you can see there's also a lot of volume being transacted, and that's normally how price works, right? And I've said that in my last 2 Ethereum videos as well. But price tends to move from balance to balance, right? Where there's a lot of liquidity. And then from that liquidity, it either moves up. So from 1900, we can move up to 2000, or we can move back down to 1800. And at this point of time, it's quite unclear which direction Ethereum is going. Now, I would say that we're compressing against the resistance a little bit. So therefore, in combination with the strength that Bitcoin is still displaying, as long as Bitcoin is holding 93,700, it's still technically bullish. I'm slightly leaning towards expecting a bullish breakout, which I know is different from what I said last week, because last week I said, you know, wait for the breakout. So that hasn't changed, because I still think you should wait for the breakout. But there I was tempted, or there I was saying like it's a little bit more likely to get a push down. But I have to say all the bullish momentum we've seen from Bitcoin last week, it seems real, right? So even though Ethereum can pull back, it's expected with every rally that Bitcoin has had. Even though Ethereum has rallied less, Ethereum does rally afterwards as well, right? So therefore, look, like I said, the main levels to watch are still 1840 and 1760. And if you really do want to trade Ethereum, wait for the price to get towards those edges, right? And then you should evaluate, is this a real breakout or a fake out, and go long, short accordingly. But right now, given the compression against resistance instead of compression against support, given the way Bitcoin is looking, and just in general, so some outperformance from Ethereum this weekend, I have to say that I think it's most likely we're going higher for that level right here around 1900, and from there we'll see. From there we'll see again. But that's what I think you need to know. Be prepared for the breakout in general. Like I said, it's very close to 50-50 in my eyes. Which breakout we're going to get, but if I make a price prediction, I should make a prediction, right? So this is my prediction for now. Short term, like I said, be prepared of the volatility. We can do something like this before ultimately breaking out, fake out, drop down, fake out, reclaim, and then breakout. So be aware of that. It's never easy to predict price action, but that's what I think you need to know for now. So thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great Sunday, and bye.